Welcome to today's episode of the Group Parlay podcast. As always, Nick Strom, Andy Semo, Kevin Soyan. We lost yesterday, but we're still feeling pretty good. We hit 2 out of 3 in the parlay. Strom let us down.
Really
He should
good.
have just went with Colin Sexton. The Sex Man's been helping us out all month. So
Sex God. Should have went with him.
I know. All right, I'll give it to Kev for a recap of yesterday.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. First 2 for 3 we've had in a while. Usually if we miss, it's 1 for 3. So definitely feeling good. We almost had it. So I had Jazz money line. They blew out the Raptors by 34. So easy one there. In uh the Kings game, we had Fox over 2.5 threes. They were playing the Sixers. They almost were letting Fox shoot. I was watching for a little bit. He had a couple wide open threes that he was just missing early. So he went 2 for 7 from three. So he shot the amount we wanted him to, but missed it by 1 3, killed the parlay. And then Andy had Nashville Dallas over 6. Andy continues to always be off pace in the first period. This one for sure was like, oh no, this one's not gonna happen. Like zero goals in the first. And then how many goals are there in this? Nine
9.
total goals.
It was 0-0 halfway through the second period.
It's insane. Never is he on pace. He's been on pace like once in this run that he's had of he's hit 5 in a row. So um okay, so on the month, still looking pretty good. We're up 8.3 units, up 9.3 units with the boost. I'm 8 and 5, Andy 7 and 6, Strom 7 and 6, and the pod is 4 and 9.
Up how many units?
Up 8.3 units.
Love that.
Nice. Very
Little
nice.
boost today.
Yeah, 2 picks for you. We got a football parlay for you as well as a daily. And that football on DraftKings 30% boost. So make sure you take it. All right.
Love
With
the
that,
boost.
let's get into the daily parlay. Kevin, you start.
All right. Sticking with NBA, I'm taking the Mavs tonight. Money line against the Jazz. Sorry, against the Pelicans. I'm stuck on the Jazz still. Uh, the Mavs are at home tonight. They're 2.5 point favorites. We're taking the money line. The Mavs at home have won 7 of their last 8 uh, against the Pelicans. So they kind of own the Pelicans, especially at home. And the Pelicans have failed to cover the spread in 6 of their last 7 road games on the second leg of a back-to-back. So that the Mavs had a day off yesterday. Pelicans played. Pelicans are not good on second legs of back-to-backs, is the stat there. So I like the Mavs a lot tonight, especially at home.
I like it too. Honestly, I
You've been
do.
hot, so
Yeah. Yeah.
NBA's been
Me
good.
NHL, you NBA. It's like
and me
Strom.
nothing.
Strom, you're everything. You're both.
You are
All right.
both.
What do you got, Strom?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have just went Colin Sexton over 18 and a half, but fuck me. I'm going back to the ice. I'm going Kraken Blue Jackets under 6.5. Kraken are one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now. They've won 8 straight, and they win with great goaltending. They don't score a lot of goals. They've gone under 6.5 in 59% of games this year, and they've gone under 7 in 8 out of their last 10. I think the Blue Jackets are going to have a really tough time scoring against the Kraken. They've only averaged 1.8 goals over their last 5. So I think it's going to be a Kraken blowout, but I don't think the Blue Jackets are going to score much.
Blue Jackets give up the most goals per game, I think. Maybe second most of the Blackhawks, but their
It's all
goaltending
right.
is bad.
The
But
Kraken don't score.
Kraken don't score. All right.
I think they average like 2 point. I saw this. The Kraken allowed 2.78 goals a game, and they scored 2.78 goals a game. So
We'll take it. Those numbers add up to under 6, under 7. So, all right. So my pick, you know me, I'm sticking with the ice. I'm going over 6.5 in the Canucks Sabres game. The Canucks as an over team are one of the best in the league. They are 26, 14, and 2 to the over. Buffalo's 18, 22, and 2 to the over. So they're around 500. What I like and why this gives me hope is Buffalo in their last 10, 6 and 4 to the over. Also in their last 4 games, they're averaging 4 goals a game. The Canucks, they are an offensive scoring machine. The Sabres do not play defense and do not have great goaltending. Um, I think it's going to be 4-4 overtime game, something like that. One thing that does kind of give me a little hesitancy is number one, Canucks goaltending is solid. It's really good. And Buffalo's got Tage Thompson day to day. So if he plays, I love this. If he doesn't, I like this still.
Canucks 6-2.
Canucks 6-2. That's all we need.
0-0 in the first. Go ahead and throw that. Honestly, we should start betting the first period against your bet because we'd be making a lot of money on that.
He'd be making a ton of money because it's been a weird run. All right, so to recap the daily, we got over 6.5 goals in the Canucks Sabres game at -132. Kraken Blue Jackets under 6.5, -134. Dallas Mavericks money line -148 comes out to +414 for the daily parlay today. So let's get to some football. Strom, what do you got in the NFL games?
I am going with the Chiefs and Miami game. I know it's supposed to be cold, but I'm going Travis Kelce over 55.5 receiving yards. Playoff Kelce is a different beast than regular season Kelce. In the last 3 years in the playoffs, he's hit this number in 9 straight games, and it's not even close. He's averaging 102 yards a game over the last 3 seasons in the playoffs. 55.5 is not a lot. I get it's supposed to be cold, but they're still going to throw the ball, and he's their only weapon. So give me Kelce over 55.5.
I low-key love this because they're not going to be throwing deep
I do.
shots. They're going to be just doing those little curl routes that he does over the middle all day for passing.
Especially, I don't know if it's supposed to be windy or whatnot. I know the wind chill is supposed to be like -30, but the crossers over the middle, he's going to be there all day.
Yeah.
And I know Miami's defense is pretty banged up. So
Yeah, I think you sold me on it. I didn't like it at first because he's just having a bad year. He's not the same right now this year, and their offense isn't either. But yeah, you're right. Like that's like 6 catches for 8 yards. He'll grab a couple after the catch. Maybe even 4 or 5 catches.
Yeah.
and
I think he's
had a
going to have
couple
like 8 catches. So
and he's had a couple of weeks of rest too. So he should be ready to go.
all right, Kev, what do you got?
All right, in the same game, I'm taking the under 45.5. What am I missing? What does Vegas know? The public's all on the under. Look, the weather report is crazy. It's going to be like -4. We have a team that's from Miami and wind gust of up to 30 miles an hour. I mean, this is an under game. I'm not going to overthink it. I almost flipped it, but I was like, no, we're not overthinking this. I'm taking the under. Uh, Good data on it too. 6 games in a row in Kansas City have gone under. They're an under team this year. They're 5-12 on overs, so they are big under team this year. Miami's even. They're about 9-8 on the over, so they've basically been flat. But 2 is 0-6 in cold weather, which means they don't score the ball when they're in cold weather. Then he's 0-6 when it's below like 45 degrees. It's going to be negative degrees. So not overthinking it, taking this under.
I was overthinking this. I almost picked the same thing. I was looking at the coldest games in NFL history and seeing what the final scores were. So
It's never high. It's
There's
like
just
never high.
there was a
crazy.
couple high ones. There was like a 29-23. It kind of scared me off a little bit, but
I just don't understand why the number's where it is. It feels like it should be lower with the weather.
Definitely. All right. I'm going Browns money line. I really don't have any numbers to back this up other than the Browns are the hottest team in football. I'm riding the Joe Flacco train. He has been awesome for them. And the Browns defense is top tier. I mean, top 3 defense in the league. The Texans are they're so all around. Good for them. It's a good story, but I think the Browns, they're on a mission right now. Their run game's good. Their pass game has been excellent, and their defense is excellent. I just think that they win by a touchdown at least. But you can get money line.
this
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
going to
tough
say
game.
I think most people are on the Browns. The public's on the Browns. The Browns make more sense.
The Browns make more sense, or is it a Joe Flacco comeback story, or is it CJ Stroud is here story?
Right.
a good
There's 2
story either
stories.
way.
It's the Flacco story and it's the rookie story with the Texans who sucked last year. So there's 2 good stories. One will get crushed and one will continue. I think we're on the right side if I had to guess, but
I love the Joe Flacco story. The dude was just sitting on his couch 6 weeks.
the Browns are a way better team. They're a way better team overall. The Texans defense is sus.
Give me Joe Flacco 350. Come on.
3 touchdowns.
But the Browns on the road do give up a lot of points.
They
At
score a
home,
lot
they
of
give up
points.
like no points.
They've scored like 30 points like in their last
Yeah,
five
I mean
games.
they
They're
won those
just
games.
we'll see.
It's gonna be a good game, I think.
It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
excited.
Yeah, I just thought about this. Both my bets are at 3 o'clock today, so
Love that.
Oh God, I didn't. There's early hockey today.
yeah, there's a noon game on.
There's a lot of early hockey. I think my game's at 6.
Yeah, my game's at like 6. God, it's
All
gonna be
right,
action packed.
Parlay could be dead by 4:30.
could be. Both of them could be dead by 4:30.
90's hot.
All right, so recap that. We got Browns money line, Dolphins, Chiefs under 45.5, and then Travis Kelce over 55.5. Comes out to plus 453. Remember, I said 30% boost on DraftKings comes out to plus 589. We like it.
Let's go.
We need one here.
We love it.
I would feel fucking great about the month if we hit one here.
One of these, all we need is one. If we hit one of these, it's going to be a great, great month.
We go 0 for 2. It's doom. It's doomsday.
Can't win them all, but we try to.
If we go over 2 and we hit 4 out of 6 bets, that's not like the worst day.
No, not. All right,
If we
though.
have less than 3, it's
People
bad.
on TikTok will say it's the worst day ever.
Roy Kim, I'm coming after you.
Shout out our friends in Ghana.
Shout out.
A lot
All
of friends
right.
in Ghana.
Let's get it, boys.